Alrighty. Hello, everybody. My name is Victoria Marita, but my friends call me Tori. I am a 29-year-old undergrad at Arizona State University. I am a full-time shift supervisor at Starbucks, which is how I got my start at ASU. I had gone to Fullerton Community College in California from 2012 to 2013, around there. I never finished a degree, and I ended my time there with a very low GPA, and I decided I didn't want to continue, so I ended up dropping out. I was not focused. I didn't know what I wanted to do. But 7 years later, I became pregnant and I realized, wow, I really need to figure out what I want to do with my life. Career-wise, of course. Thankfully, I had been working at Starbucks and I decided to take advantage of the SCAP program, which stands for Starbucks College Achievement Plan. And I declared my major as educational studies because I prefer to focus my time on my family, and I felt that the best way to maximize my time with my daughter, who is now almost 4 years old, is to become a teacher. And that way we can have the same time off when it comes to holidays, when it comes to summer vacations. So that was really the deciding factor in the end. There's more to it, but that's a little bit of the gist of it. I'm a very big fan of traveling, and my partner and I have discussed our summer plans, and she's on board and she's ready. She's already established, and she's a first grade teacher, and she's just waiting for me to finish up my educational journey here. People have always told me that I model what a good teacher looks like. And, that's super flattering, of course. I had just in the day had a hard time making that decision. So, but when I decided to settle on teaching, I thought I had some good personality traits that were needed in this field. I thought that being a teacher meant you had to be somewhat of an extroverted person. I thought of myself as an extroverted person until we did the 16 personalities quiz, and I learned that I was actually 51% extroverted and 49% introverted. So that was surprising. When I received that feedback, I was surprised and I digested it, but as I worked through it in my mind, it makes sense. I used to coach at a high school, and I had no problem interacting with the students and, my athletes. I always struggled with the parents, and I felt like after getting these results, it makes sense. I feel like that would be a challenge for me, is dealing with parents and trying to reiterate to them what I want to instill in their children, and Never had a problem with peers, so I don't think faculty or the students themselves would be a problem, but the introvert in me, I think, would struggle with parents. So that'll be interesting. Um, it's that personality test was rather suiting after I really did the self-reflecting that this course has allowed me to do. Let's see here. I am very passionate about a lot of things, and helping students learn and become the best versions of themselves is one of them. So I really need to try and find some ways to effectively communicate that to their parents, if that's the issue. Another thing I learned in this class is that we all have implicit biases, and you can say, "Oh, I'm not biased about anything," and then you take this quiz, and turns out we all are slightly. So that was a struggle. It's a struggle to hear, but the only way to move forward is really just to move forward, and you have to accept. It's the first step. Take it and try to make yourself better, because I want to keep that out of my classroom and away from my students, as well as my daughter and in our home. So it's very important to at least acknowledge those things. Becoming a teacher, I think teaching is very noble work, in my opinion. I have chosen to become a teacher for the first reason I mentioned was my daughter. Second, I believe that children need to be challenged in a way that will help make them better. Better individuals inside but also outside of the classroom. And I used to be an athlete, and I was a captain at that. And I love the principle of hard work and achievement, and I want to mold young minds and nurture their curiosity, and I appreciate results. So teaching will have its challenges and its difficulties. Not every student I have will have the same results, and I want to push myself to see how I can help them improve while also developing my own skills throughout my time in my career. And I feel that I have the personality that will keep my students engaged, and with everything I present to them, I welcome challenges for myself as well, because it can only help me improve. So I hope to be in a school that does feel like the right community for me. I am part of the LGBTQI community, and I know that it's hard for some people to support for reasons I will never understand, but that's besides the point. I want to feel more than welcomed. I want to feel included. I want to celebrate my pride. It took me a long time to get here, to be comfortable in my own skin, and I don't want to hide a part of myself in the school I end up. So, moving forward, I have a lot of goals that I have set for myself. Educationally, I have 6 semesters to earn my degree. I also must get an internship to earn my credited hours toward that degree. Financially, I'm making rent, paying my bills, and I have food on the table. There's no shame in that, but I would love to have a more stable income and have some more financial freedom. I want to end up in Orange County, California. However, my partner wants to end up in Los Angeles, California. So we're trying to meet in the middle and find a place in between those two cities. We want to get married and have children, but that's going to be a process for us. I plan on keeping Starbucks for a minimum of 20 hours after I graduate, because they offer up to $25,000 in coverage for in vitro fertilization, which we will have to use because we will have to be very intentional when adding to our family. So in 3 years, I see us married, me possibly as a substitute teacher, so I have a little more flexibility while I'm working part-time at Starbucks. That way we can continue to grow our family. And in 5 years, I want to be teaching full time in a position and settled. And at that time, I want to think about earning a degree, a master's degree, so I can earn more money. And in 10 years, I want to be fully participating in my daughter's school events. I want to have an amazing relationship with my future wife, and I want to buy a home. I want to travel. I want to have summer plans with my family, and I believe becoming an educator will help me live the most enjoyable life that I could live. Thank you.